Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Billionaire Belief Show. This is your host, Dhane Diesil, and today, tuning in. My apologies on being absent this last month or two. Been working on some things, but nevertheless, I'm here. A lot has happened since the last episode, and we've had in popular news, we've had the death of Nipsey Hussle. May he rest in peace. The marathon continues. The man definitely had a legacy that he was building. He definitely made some power moves while he was here. And obviously, looking at the silver lining of the situation, we were able just to see someone who, to most people, more than likely believe shouldn't have got a second chance in light of his past, but he did, made something of it, and he left behind some real positive and impactful moments, as well as some assets. And that's what's most important. He left some assets. Nipsey was able to break his family cycle of poverty. And that's what we're all about here at Billionaire Belief. What I'm saying? We strive to be a place where you can learn how to be your best you, how to be the best creator you can be at the end of the day, so you can create your own wealth. And that obviously begins in the mind, getting your mindset right, getting your beliefs on point, and from there, obviously, it's just about taking action. So having that vision, having that blueprint, and then executing the vision based on the blueprint. And Nipsey definitely did that. So once again, rest in peace, Nipsey. You'll be forever missed. We'll never forget. And we'll all do our best to continue because the marathon does continue, and you definitely left behind some good work. So it's going to be on us to pick up where you left off on and move forward. So with that being said, let's kind of get into today's show. Once again, you already know what it is. Today we want to talk about the outlier mindset and how it's important for us all to adapt that mindset so that we can get from where we are to where we want to be. It's definitely an eye-opening concept for me when I came across it, and it came from a very solid dude, David Goggins. You can Google him. The name and the rep speaks for itself, but that he's definitely someone who I would identify as having that billionaire belief. He's a coach to billionaires, millionaires around the world. These people seek him out just to learn what gives him his edge. So obviously he's somebody that we need to be talking about, and that's exactly what we go do today. So let's go ahead and dive in. Like I said, we're gonna talk about the outlier mindset, and then also too, there's two things I came across while on the net this past week that I definitely want to talk about, and kind of just put it out there, give us some perspective so we can understand and get a better idea of what we can do and what we need to do in order to move ourselves and our lives forward. So without further ado, the outlier mindset. So just to give you a short story, I was online and just perusing on the I think I was on Instagram, just going through my explore page, and I came across a video of David Goggins. So of course it made me stop. I had to hear what Mr. Goggins had to say. He basically, real quickly, I'll show you it right here. It was basically a video here, David Goggins, the mindset. This mindset makes billionaire Bill Gates successful. Obviously I saw it on Instagram, like I said, but I watched the video. I don't know. I've never tried playing a video, ladies and gentlemen, while on the live broadcast here on YouTube. So bear with me. I'm not too sure how this is gonna. Let's close these out. Not too sure how this is gonna work out, but let's see. I'm not gonna play the video. I'll share a link to the video in the description of my video. We'll do that. But basically, he's obviously talking about, the mindset that makes that makes Bill Gates successful. Bill Gates being one of the the billionaires of the world. But what he basically talks about is when when it comes to mindset, he said what separates billionaires from everybody else is their desire to make the uncommon feel common. And the way he breaks it down is, for billionaires, for the rest of us, we might imagine or think to ourselves like they have all this money. Why do they keep going forward? Why do they keep moving? Why do they keep building? And the reason why they keep moving forward and why they keep building is because it was never about the money in and of itself. It was always about, what else is out there? What's next? What's on that next level? That's what it was always about when it came to build people like Bill Gates, people who are cut from that cloth. And Mr. Goggins goes on to share about how ultimately what ends up happening to most people is we have a finish line. We have this ideal completion point in our minds that we're working and grinding towards, with the goal obviously of reaching that finish line, crossing it, so that life can be complete and we can be good, be comfortable, whatever it is, whatever label you want to use for yourself. But that's what Goggins says separates the Bill Gates types from everyone else, is there is no finish line. And that was the aha moment for me, because at that moment, it made me realize that, I personally, that has been the thing in my personal life that, I have been asking that kind of like why question, or what's next. And it has been, in my mind, I had this idea that, there was this finish line that I had to cross. And once I crossed this finish line, that, everything will be quote unquote okay. But the reality is confirmed by Mr. Goggins himself, there is no finish line at the end of the day. There is no point of completion. Life is never complete. You know what I'm saying? The minute you finish one thing, there's, something that you got to do next. And I can vividly remember being a kid, always kind of telling myself, one day, it'll be done. One day we'll be done. One day we'll be complete. One day we'll get to cloud nine, in the sense we'll be able to chill. But the reality is there is no chill. There's always something. Life is an ongoing process. Life is a marathon. So, what I'm saying? And there is no finish line. So enjoy the journey. So with that being said, that's ultimately what separates the Bill Gates types from everyone else. It's just understanding that there is no finish line, or put another way, the finish line is getting stuff done, getting shit done, getting deals closed, cultivating good relationships. That is the finish line, or death, being the finish line. So get deals done, get shit done, cultivate relationships up until death, which is going to be the finish line. You feel me? So all in all, what I'm saying, if you've ever wondered, what is it that separates, the Bill Gates types, the billionaires and the millionaires, or just these high achievers, these high performers, what separates them from everyone else? And the one thing that separates them from everyone else is that they understand that there is no finish line. There is no completion point. There's always another level. And it's just about them learning the skills required to make that leap up. And that's what Goggins talks about. So to give you kind of like another visual when it comes to the difference between everyone else, like people like Bill Gates, they build skyscrapers. Whereas, everyone else, they just kind of like want to build, a single family home. And that's the difference. Literally, that's the difference right there. In a sense, billionaires, high performers, etc., they build up, whereas everyone else builds out horizontally, while the billionaires and the high performers, they build up vertically. So for us, as we the ambitious, we the creators, because that's what it's all about too, ladies and gentlemen. Saw a tweet from someone that I follow and I do respect, Todd Millionaire, and he shared a quote from The Money Code by H.W. Charles, I do believe. I'll have to go. Don't quote me on that one. Don't hold me to it. But nevertheless, the quote basically read that, the Jews, quote unquote, the Jews, they believe humans are creators, not consumers. And their role on earth ultimately is to improve upon and innovate on the the creation of God's work. So basically, our jobs as human beings aren't to consume, it is to create. It is to improve upon the creation through creation and innovation. The creation being the world. So that's really our job here on earth, to create. And so that's what billionaires understand. And that's what separates them from everyone else. Like, they understand that it's about creation. It's about building up, not building out. You know what I'm saying? Once again, the billionaires are high performers. They want to build skyscrapers. They want to build up. They want to go up. That's about them understanding, okay, there's some skills, there's a learning curve I'm going to need to go through to make that leap up. But that's what the goal is. I want to make the leaps up. I don't really care about lateral and horizontal movements. I'm not trying to go up and out. I mean, I'm not trying to go out. I'm trying to go up at all times. So as we know in hip hop culture, turn it up. We say that all the time. Time to turn it up. Let's get lit. Turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like that really means something, ladies and gentlemen. So as you are, striving, trying to figure out, what's going to give you that edge, what's going to give you that leg up. As we all know, it begins in our mind. It begins with the belief, and that belief is, like you said, understanding that, there is no finish line, and it's about building up, getting to that next level. There's always another level. And the difference between you getting to that next level and not getting to that next level is you developing the skills required to get there. So there's always another level. So like I said, as we're striving to become the best versions of ourselves, we're going to have to accept that in order to do that, we're going to have to build up, no more building out. We're going to have to build up. It's time to start building skyscrapers, ladies and gentlemen, because that's ultimately, the view from the top. The climb is worth it because the view from the top is priceless. It really is. So build up at the end of the day. Focus on building up. That's going to be the difference maker for you. That's what going to separate you from everyone else when it comes to the mentality required, to build up. So with that being said, obviously, never stop learning. We all know that. That's how we go develop these skills. But as we strive to become the best versions of ourselves, so we can, create our own wealth, break our family cycle of poverty. You feel me? That's what it's all about. That's what we're here to do. Like, so we want to create. We want to improve upon God's creation. This place we call Earth, and the people who who live in it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. So let's get our mind focused on that and making it do what it do. So like I said, I'll go ahead and share the link to the video. I'll go ahead and share a link to the video in the description of this video so you can go check it out for yourself. But like I said, think about that. And another good point Mr. Goggins makes is, ask yourself, what do you want out of life? Like that, it's another thing billionaires and high performers know, which is what separates them from everyone else. So you really ask yourself, what is it that, I want out of my life? These are things that outliers think about. These are things the high performers think about. They think about, where they want to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 50 years down the line. They think about this kind of stuff. And so we need to as well, because once again, it's all about emulating greatness, emulating the high performers. We don't need to recreate the wheel. The wheel's already there. We just got to go get a wheel, you know what I'm saying, and move forward. It's not as hard as, most of us make it out to be, me included. And that's why, I'm here sharing this information with you. You're a creator, you have big dreams, you have aspirations, and, fear is probably one of the biggest challenges that you're going to have to overcome. And it's really you taking time to identify with that fear. And I'm willing to bet part of that fear is you not yet being okay with other people not being okay with you wanting to be your best version of yourself, to be the best you can be. You know what I'm saying? Because you've created an identity or status for yourself where maybe you think that, striving to be the best you and wanting to build wealth and better yourself will make certain people that you have grown to like and love not like and love you. But all in all, it's on you. We only do get that one life to live. So let's make the most of this life. Let's make it do what it do. let's take our time to like once again think about what we want out of life, and then not be afraid to move forward, not be afraid to execute. So tap into the to the Billionaire Belief show. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here to help. I'm here to share the things I'm learning. As I strive to break my family cycle of poverty, through building wealth and investing in stocks. Building businesses, learning how businesses run, all that kind of good stuff. Eventually down the line, acquiring some real estate. That's the goal. Building a legacy. The goal. Understanding the importance and benefit of things like estate planning and having wills. We've had some, like I said, we've had some significant deaths since the last show. People like Nipsey Hussle, John Singleton, Aretha Franklin. A lot of these individuals have passed away. I know Aretha Franklin, she didn't have a will. Nipsey Hussle, he didn't have a will, so their assets are for the most part up in the air, and there's going to be a big fight over this kind of stuff. Typically, that's what happens. Well, they kind of already saying that's what's about to happen with Aretha Franklin. We still don't really know what's going to happen with Nipsey yet. But all in all, what I'm saying, let's also, like I said, look at the silver lining. John Singleton, he had a will, albeit it was a will that he made, before he had the rest of his kids. And the will that they did find that hasn't executed left all of his assets to his oldest child. But all in all, like you said, that's the importance of having that stuff. So estate planning is important. Having wills are important. Getting your affairs in order before you leave is important, no matter how old you are. And like you said, that's really going to be the goal of the show. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to, like I said, use the Billionaire Belief platform to really take a deep dive into wealth, the topic of wealth, and all the subcategories, things like our finances, insurances, business ownership, learning how to run businesses, learning how to start them, investing in stocks, real estate. It's a whole lot of stuff for us to learn, and cover and go over, and that's what we go do. So that's go be my commitment to you all. Like I said, I appreciate you, my audience, tuning in. Every time you do tune in, please like the show, subscribe, share it as well. Those are the things that we all can do, like I said, to spread the message, because it's going to take all of us to make any one of us successful. And so that's what the great Jim Rome says. And so, like I said, let's make that a reality. So like I said, my goal moving forward is definitely going to be to create more, have other people on the show, and really help us really through my journey in turning and adopting the wealthy lifestyle and living the wealthy lifestyle. I'll be sharing things that's happening personally with me. Like I said, I'll have other people on, and like I said, we gonna make it do what it do. So that being said, that covers the meat and potatoes of today's show. Like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, and head over to make sure you join the mailing list. There's going to be a link in the description of the video for you to become an insider. But all in all, like I said, we covered the meat and potatoes, so let's kind of get into some fun stuff right now. So I was on the internet earlier. Was it this week? Yeah, earlier this week, yesterday actually, and I saw this article on Yahoo when I got to the office, and it said Amazon offers to help employees start delivery business. Now, the reason why this caught my attention was because I know I saw it on Facebook first, and someone's caption was basically like, Amazon is basically, what does it say here? Amazon is basically asking its employees, quit your job and we'll help you start a delivery business with delivering Amazon packages. Amazon's goal is obviously to become, was to improve the efficiency of their Amazon Prime delivery service. They want to take it from 2 days to 1 day, basically. So they're going to need, obviously, people to deliver these packages. So with that being said, the reason why, this just stuck out to me was because this is just confirmation more and more that we're moving towards a gig economy if we're not already there. And by gig economy, I mean we're moving away from the typical traditional 9 to 5. 40-hour work weeks to, gigs. You're going to get paid per gig, not per hour. So, a company as big as Amazon, Jeff Bezos, I want to say is the richest man on paper in the world, and his company, Amazon, his flagship company, you know, they they're basically saying, you know, we want you to do away with the 9 to 5. We don't want to pay you hourly. We don't want to pay you 9 to 5. We don't want you coming to us to our facilities in a sense. We want you out there in the field. We want you out there, like I said, running your own business, delivering our products. You know what I'm saying? I think it says Amazon says it will cover up to $10,000 in startup costs for employees who are accepted into their program and leave their jobs. So they want people to leave their jobs at Amazon and start a business helping Amazon. So there it is. Like I said, we're moving away, ladies and gentlemen, creators. We're moving away from the traditional 9 to 5, and we're moving into a gig economy. So this is the time to skill up. You know, this is the time to get your business chops, cut your teeth on some new skills. Like I said, this is the time to, like I said, Amazon. Well, obviously you got to be working with Amazon to qualify for this position, but I wouldn't be surprised if you wanted to just start a delivery business, a small courier business. There it is. You know, Amazon's telling you we got that work, we got them packages, we need them to get out. So come help us. But we don't want you to be an employee. We want you to be your own man, your own woman. So take note. It's time to skill up. You know, it's time to get out there. Time to make it do what it do, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. So what else? That's that on Amazon. Skill up, ladies and gentlemen. So that's that on Amazon. We talked about Mr. Goggins. Okay, next, I want to talk about the companies Disney owns. Here is a map of the Walt Disney Company's worldwide assets. As we see, the key here, they have assets in film, television, music and radio, gaming, finance, theater, consumer goods, property and parks, publishing, digital miscellaneous. We say here that the thick line is the parent company and the smaller lines are their subsidiaries. So when we take a step back, and this represents, you know, the Walt Disney Company. Obviously, we know the Marvel situation, but they own Marvel Studios. They own ESPN. They own ABC. They own the History Channel. They own A&E. They own, what was another one? Up here, I think it is. They own Fox. Yeah, they own 20th Century Fox right here. FX. Fox Sports, Sports Networks, National Geographic. They own Lucasfilm, so all your Star Wars. They own Pixar. They own Touchstone. El Capitan Theater in Hollywood. So when people ask, you know, why you own so many businesses, just tell them to look at Disney. They own GoPro. They own Photo Bucket. They own Hulu. You feel me? They own it all. They want it all. ESPN Plus, you know, they want it all. They own Buena Vista Construction Company. They own some, like I said, they own the theme parks. They own the cruise lines. They own the resorts. We all know about the Marvel, the MCU. They own property. They own it all. So, you know, like I said, I'm just sharing this just so you and I can understand that, you know, this is billionaire belief right here, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Like we just talked about, that outlier mindset. Walt Disney could have just stopped right here, literally. Walt Disney Studios. This is where he could have stopped with his Walt Disney Pictures, his animation studios. And then I think, yeah, down here with the theme parks, Disneyland. He could have stopped there. Disneyland, there we go, right there. Disneyland Inc. He could have stopped there. But no, over the years, obviously, there's been different, boards and chairmen and CEOs and whatnot. But Billionaire Belief, you feel me? They building up. They building a skyscraper. They're not building a single family home. So as you think about, what you want out of your life, do you want a skyscraper? Do you want a single family home? The choice is yours. It's right here. Booyah, Disney. So, what I'm saying, I'll post a link to this in the description as well for you to see yourself. But what I'm saying, they own it all, man. So let's get to work. You and me both. This should inspire you to want to change. And like I said, this represents the Walt Disney Empire. So you can have one of these yourself. I can have one of these. You can have one of these. We all can have one of these. But most of us won't, because we're never going to be okay with other people not being okay with us wanting to build a skyscraper. Build a skyscraper. All right. So on that note, like I said, it's been a pleasure. This is Dhane Diesil. Like I said, make sure you go follow us on Instagram at BBWCN. Make sure you like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Billionaire Belief. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. Make sure you go ahead and like this video, share this video. Make sure you go to Twitter, follow us on there. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a stranger, to tell a friend about us. So like I said, this is for you, the creators, the hustlers, the doers, the high achievers. You know what I'm saying? If you want to learn how to become the best version of yourself so you can create your own wealth and break your family cycle of poverty, Billionaire Belief is for you. So I appreciate you for tuning in as always. If you have any questions, use the comment section below or shoot me an email, billionairebelief@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. I would love your feedback. So on that note, make it a great day. Peace.